This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
There it is. Yeah. Check it out. Move if you got the nerve. Lash out for your just desserts. It's not just a word. Some of y'all heads up in the cloud. I'ma bring y'all back to earth. It's black back the bird all talking about. Out your mouth, I'm not concerned. Cause y'all got the nerve. It's y'all turn like Detroit Red. When his head had an ultra perm. The long walk and burn your bare heels, so throw on your boots. The game camouflage like army suits. But I can see it more clear cause I came with the coupe in here. Ring the alarm and form the troops. Send them out into the world, go to war on the fluke. Eye to eye with the enemy you sworn to shoot. Now I'm coming at your neck, sick of hearing something wrong with me, wrong with you. When the cheap just way too smart to question. The enemy, the brothers of a dark complexion. The governments of the world is shark infested. They heavy on weaponry like Charlton Heston, man. Look, it gets low, man. Low, now I'm talking about, get it, yeah.
Talking Heads with Naughty is sponsored by IWACX, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Island Wholesale, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Happy Friday, y'all. The Friday, October 28th edition of Talking Heads is on. And, it's Halloween weekend. I tell you, boy, October was here for a moment, and now it's gone. I don't know what's happening with October. Hopefully November and December slow down a little bit. But when we get to the Christmas time of year, things pick up a bit. And that means, starting on Tuesday, right after Halloween, when we hit November, Christmas carols could be coming. That Christmas music could be on the way. Oh, Lord. So get ready for it. The season is upon us. Hope you had a good Friday. Hope you're getting ready to get into your weekend. We got lots to talk about. We're live, Dunkin' Donuts, Carmichael location, getting it in. And, of course, all kind of goodness going on at Dunkin'. Oh, listen, I have no problem doing remotes at Dunkin' every other Friday, especially when you can indulge in the flavor of the seasons. Because the pumpkin is here. And all October long they've been doing big things. And you still can participate and support, the fight on cancer and support the Sister Breast Cancer Support Group simply buying a hat or a donut. You got your specialty, support donuts down here. The white ones with the pink ribbon glazed on. You got your pink Dunkin' hats, all for the month of October and all to support. So whenever you purchase, or, part proceeds, either the hat or the donut, part proceeds are going to go to the Sister Breast Cancer Support Group. Big up to Dunkin' for doing all that. And, of course, they got their Halloween donuts available. And you got your Halloween donut kits. You can take them home and prepare them yourself. That's a lot of fun with the kids. So definitely take advantage of that. And the pumpkin, like I said, is back at Dunkin'. You got the donuts. You got the munchkins. You have the little bites. That's what I'm talking about. And in addition to that, you got the pumpkin muffins, and you got the pumpkin coffees as well going on. So you definitely want to check out the pumpkin at all Dunkin' locations, all right? Downtown Bay Street, Paradise Island, Palmdale, Brenner Road with the drive-thru, East Street South with the drive-thru, and, of course, Carmichael, the newest location where we're at right now. And don't forget 2 at the airport and pre-clearance and post-clearance. So no reason for you not to be running on Dunkin', Dunkin's a good thing, man. And I love it at the airport. When you travel pre-clearance, post-clearance, man, you get it when you go. You get it when you come back. Running Dunkin' all the way through. All right, but like I said, we're live Dunkin' Carmichael. We're going to be until 6 getting it in. And let's slide it in now to the headliners, who are what's making headlines in the 242, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. New arrivals in stock right now. Be sure to check them out, both locations, Top of the Hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza location. Or simply check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. All right. You know how to chime in. Text lines are wide open, powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. And, of course, you can chime in, 323-6232, 325-4316, 326-4259. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. Cable channel 969, BTC Flow channel 612. And I got your trivia lined up for you now. I want your mind to be in a good place before we get into the headliners. I almost forgot, you know. So here we go. Let me see what I give you today. I don't know if I can give you a hard one or an easy one today. It's Friday going into the weekend. I should make you wake because you got the weekend off. So here we go. And I see a lot of donuts coming out of Dunkin' today, as always. But it's the Halloween kits. They make a great little Halloween project for the kids. Okay? So you definitely want to take advantage of that. That's something fun that you definitely can enjoy with the whole family all weekend long. All right. This is a good one right here. Okay. Real quick. Now, I'm not going to tell you if this is movie, if this is fact, if this is fiction, if this comes from a book. You know how y'all Googlers go. You got to go Google fast and Google quick. And this is a semi-easy one. So you should get it right, you know, going into the weekend. All right. Who did the girl in the polka dot dress see get killed? Who did the girl in the polka dot dress see get
Star 106 Visage and Margaritaville Beach Resort downtown Nassau presents Fish Fry Friday. Friday, October 28th at Margaritaville Resort downtown Nassau. With live music by a big band Visage and DJ AI. Gates open at 6:30 p.m. and party until 11:30 p.m. $25 entry includes one free drink. Or experience the Fish Fry Fridays buffet at the Vacation Cafe before the event and enjoy complimentary party access for only $55. Come in your Halloween costume and you can win a prize. It's the party everyone's talking about. Friday, October 28th. It's Fish Fry Fridays. Park for $10 all night. Please bring your parking stub to the gate to be validated.
Pumped for pumpkin? Indulge your pumpkin passion with Dunkin's Pumpkin Spice flavored coffees. Enjoy a Dunkin' Pumpkin Spice signature latte made with rich espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Or try the new Nutty Pumpkin Coffee, combining Dunkin' Original Blend Coffee, hazelnut flavor, a delicious pumpkin spice swirl, and cream for a delicious nutty twist. Available hot or cold, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Do you want a chance to win one of 5 Yamaha Kryptonite scooters? Do you like the great taste of Frito-Lay chips? Well, all you have to do is purchase chips like Lay's, Doritos, and Cheetos at your favorite grocery store, and you can enter to win thanks to Frito-Lay and the Island Wholesale Scooter Giveaway Promotion. Want to know more? Join us at Super Value Mackey Street, October 29th, this Saturday from 1 to 3 p.m. for a chance to play Island Wholesale Shoot and Win game for instant prizes and a chance to win one of 5 Yamaha scooters. Frito-Lay, distributed by Island Wholesale.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online. www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
It's time to say hello to finger-licking good KFC bites. KFC chicken bites are freshly hand-breaded bites of premium white meat, seasoned with the Colonel's original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. These boneless KFC bites are made by the fried chicken experts and include your choice of mango habanero, buffalo, barbecue, honey mustard, ranch, or special KFC sauce for that grown-up taste you'll enjoy. Dip, dip, hooray! KFC bites, it's finger-licking good.
Fidelity's free Women Plus seminar is back. Join us on Saturday, October 29th at the Bahama Convention Center, where leading professionals will give you the hard facts on topics like
How to Be Rich 101, how your mental and emotional health impact financial health, and what I wish women knew about men,
and how to get their money. This free, life-changing event is for women and men. The seminar includes breakfast, 8 sessions, plus over $8,000 in prizes and surprises. Registration and breakfast begins at 8 a.m., with sessions from 9:30 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Space is limited, so register now for free at fbbwomenplus.com.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. The Friday, October 28th edition continues now. We got some of the kinks worked out. Pardon us for some technical difficulties we experienced, you know. Had a little dip in power. We ain't gonna say who dipped the power, but you know who normally famous for dipping power. Let me leave that alone. Got a little reminder for you from Arawak X. Time is almost up. Foot Care RX is closing this Monday, October 31st. Meet us tomorrow between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at our newest location, Dean's Lane, atop of Fort Charlotte. Come invest and become an owner today. For more info, contact 603-5270. That's 603-5270. Or go to arawakx.com. That's arawakx.com. All right, let's slide up into the headline. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads, like I told you. And both locations open for you Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay? But be sure to check them out. And like I said, new arrivals in stock right now. Big headline today, grocers present proposal to government. And boy, I tell you, turn that down for me there, Mr. Producer, man. That echo killing me right now. Boy, look at it. I feel like I'm in a baseball stadium. Today. Batting cleanup. Number 69. Kermit. D. Sound like I'm in a baseball stadium and that echo, boy. I good. Perfect. I felt like I was in an echo chamber just now. You ever seen them movies like in the Matrix in the echo chamber? You go crazy? Yeah, but I was going crazier. But the grocers present the proposal to government. Merchants prepared to up value of social services vouchers also suggest government eliminate VAT on bread basket items. Now, the grocers have done their due diligence. Not only did they say, hey, this ain't going to work, they've presented multiple solutions. Now, we've had extensions on this, but come November 1st, we need to make this happen according to the government. So chime in and let me know what you think on the suggestions made by the Retail Grocers Association. And I think that they're not only taking their best interest in the hearts, I think they're taking the interest of all Bahamians at heart into this. So let me know what you think on that. We have more emanating out of Bermuda Gate. Watson calls on the F&M to say which law government broke in funding Bermuda trip. Now, this coming from the office of the Prime Minister Press Secretary, Clint Watson, yesterday called on those who have accused the government of breaking the law in funding of a political trip and having the PLP reimburse the public treasury to show which law was broken in the process. Quoted as saying, I've heard people as if it's against the law, and we're asking, what is the law? You would have heard the opposition need to talk about that yesterday, and we're still trying to ask him, what law are you referring to? Well, now we got to wait and see what Mr. Pintard has to say, and in relation to which law was he referring to? The plot thickens with Bermuda Gate. What else is going on? Consumer prices cool in August. Remain elevated over the last year. And, when you look at it, consumer prices climbed moderately in August compared to July at 0.1%. This is according to the latest government data, which represents the slightest month-to-month increase since February of this year. But I look at all those statistics, and we still have people hurting. We still have people hungry every day. We still have people unemployed. We still got issues. So I appreciate the update on the data. But what's the big picture? How are we going to get some solutions? All right. What else? Because like I said, as you get into the weekend, a lot of things get lost in the shuffle. You pick up something Thursday or Friday, and you forget it on the weekend, and the next week you're like, oh, wait. But you got to keep an eye on a lot of these things. Regulations drafted to combat financial crimes via wire transfers. This coming from the Attorney General in the business section. From Attorney General Ryan Pinder. Bill to fix OECD peer review missteps of former government. Story by Paige McCartney. You want to check that out as well. More finger pointing and blame game. I mean, if we look at the weekend review, we've spent the majority of the time talking about Bermuda Gate. And I tell you, man, when I first saw that story break on the Nasuvian.com, that must have been like the 20th. And from the 20th until now, that thing has taken off. The dailies have picked it up. The media houses have picked it up. And now you got more and more questions emanating. You got all kind of people talking. You even have I don't know where this came from, but if you have an office of communication in the office of the Prime Minister, and you have a communications director, Mr. Latrell Rahman, and you have the press secretary, Mr. Clint Watson, their job is to speak and answer questions. Now, if they told the truth and were honest, and certain entities don't like that, then they're going to have to deal with that. I don't know why the chairman of the PLP all of a sudden is popping up saying only that the Prime Minister and he can speak for the PLP party. So what is Deputy Prime Minister Mr. Chester Cooper? A mirage? What is he, on a pay no mind list, Mr. Mitchell? What happened to Mrs. Glenna Hollins Martin, MP for Bay and Grants? What happened? She hasn't worked long and hard and tirelessly and her experience is invaluable, that her opinion doesn't matter, she can't speak for the party? What about Mr. Obi Busham, another senior member? And there are others too. So, what do you mean only you and the Prime Minister can speak for the party? And according to your voice notes, Mr. Mitchell, which was it? Was it a goodwill mission? Was it a political campaign trip? Because I still don't see it being diplomatic. I don't see what we benefited as the nation from that trip. So at the end of the day, what's really going on? If you want to speak on behalf of the party, let us know what's really going on. Don't let things keep popping up. It should be at some point, okay, this is the situation. The monies have been reimbursed. In the future, we'll let you know via press release when we leave the country in any way, shape, or form and what kind of mission it is on. And the audacity for politicians such as Mr. Mitchell and others to even question Joe Public, the voters, the taxpayers, as to where we get off asking questions. You darn Skippy, we going to ask questions about our money. We have every right to know how it's spent, where it was spent, who it was spent on. Okay? And I know this kind of throws a chink into your operation as Minister of Foreign Affairs, or like I say, Affairs in Foreign, because every chance you get, you're trying to be in foreign. You just recently commented on Bermuda Gate, how ironic, from Argentina, where you were on special assignment. How special was the assignment and who paying for that trip, Mr. Mitchell? Okay? We want to know. It's our dime. Let me check the text lines. Naughty Great Show as usual. Could we soon talk about the Black Friday sale and Cyber Monday sale instead of the Bermuda trip? Tell the PIP pay me $1 million and I would try to talk you into dropping the topic about the Bermuda trip. Bro, it ain't gonna cost me $1 million. I will talk about it until the end because I'm a Bahamian first. And I'm tired of seeing political parties from all the political sides of the divide over the last 50 years keep pushing us further and further back to the line and worrying about their personal interests rather than the interests of the country. So Bahamians first. And I can keep talking about it. And if, certain entities keep opening their mouth and putting their foot in it, I'm going to remind them because that's what I'm here to do. Because if you know better, you need to do better. Because at the end of the day, we need to feel the do better portion of it as Bahamians. We need to feel the results of them doing better and knowing better. Naughty, the PIP is only showing the quality of real thieves. Every time they are caught, they start calling everyone's name. So you're calling them snitches then? Okay. I just clarifying what you're trying to say there, Texter. And if you look at it, a year in, there's a lot of finger pointing still going on and deflection. FYI, heavy is the head that weareth the crown. So to all my PLP friends out there, yes, the previous administration had numerous shortcomings. That's why they were fired at the polls. They're no longer on the clock. This administration is. So they're not above questioning. They're not above, asking for answers as to what's going on with our money and the direction of our country. So I could care less about what's happened prior because that's water under the bridge. What's happening right now and where we going? And do you have the solutions to get us there? Naughty, but we could really use that $1 million. It gone from you can get $1 million for them to get me to ease up to now we could use that $1 million. No matter who get $1 million, get $1 million. But we gain 60-40. 600 for me, 400 for you. What do you say? All right. Naughty, Mitchell thinks this country is Gambia House. Naughty, how come the FNM has yet to point out the law that the PLP broke when they paid for the trip if they claim their actions were a crime? We are all waiting to see. Now, you know how I go. Mr. Pinto had claimed it. If he could prove it, then, there it is in your face. If they can't, then I'll say, hey, why the grandstanding? What's really going on? Is there a law or isn't there a law? That's the questions we need to ask. But at the end of the day, we also need to know how much was the total spent on the trip. Because I see, a check for $24,000. Is that the total cost, or is that like a payment on the total cost? See, if we had a proper working Freedom of Information Act that numerous parties have campaigned on but never delivered on, we wouldn't be having this kind of problem now, would we? So you have to look at it from all angles. And you know what? We need to be held accountable. Because as voters for years, we've allowed this to continue, and we keep electing the same individuals that keep perpetrating it. So we're just as involved in this as anybody else. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot. Anyhow, let's get to the second break as we wrap up the headliners and the buzz, brought to you by John Shoes. And don't forget, new arrivals in stock every Monday and Tuesday. Full selection of fast fashion and workwear. New arrivals for men, women, and kids. Fellas, check them out on the new clocks. They're off the chain. And they now have small home appliances and cookware as well at both locations, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there on Rosetta. So be sure to check both locations out today. And remember, John, serving you is a pleasure. On the flip side of the break, we'll have the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less, all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. We'll slide back into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break and open up the phone lines. And toward the bottom of the hour, we got Cuban Willie's numerology report coming at you, all brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. All you got to do is keep it right where you got it. The Friday, October 28th edition of Talking Heads. We're live. Dunkin' Donuts Carmichael continues right after that.
It's time to say hello to finger-licking good KFC bites. KFC chicken bites are freshly hand-breaded bites of premium white meat, seasoned with the Colonel's original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. These boneless KFC bites are made by the fried chicken experts and include your choice of mango habanero, buffalo, barbecue, honey mustard, ranch, or special KFC sauce for that grown-up taste you'll enjoy. Dip, dip, hooray! KFC bites, it's finger-licking good.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
J.S. Johnson Insurance agents are the best. Reliable service, we've been on the scene, protecting since 1919. J.S. Johnson Insurance has the test. You'll always cover me. J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Pumped for pumpkin? Indulge your pumpkin passion with Dunkin's Pumpkin Spice flavored coffees. Enjoy a Dunkin' Pumpkin Spice signature latte made with rich espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Or try the new Nutty Pumpkin Coffee, combining Dunkin' Original Blend Coffee, hazelnut flavor, a delicious pumpkin spice swirl, and cream for a delicious nutty twist. Available hot or cold, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
at you on the Friday, October 28th edition of Talking Heads. We are live, Duncan Carmichael location, getting it in. And right now we're trying to get you lined up for the global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds. And that's all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And don't forget, it's time to say hello to the finger-licking good KFC bites. They're back. KFC chicken bites are freshly hand-breaded bites of premium white meat seasoned with the Colonel's original recipe of 11 herbs and spices. Made by the chicken experts, these bonus bites include your choice of mango habanero, barbecue, buffalo, ranch, honey mustard, or special KFC sauce. Dip dip hooray, KFC bites are back, and they're finger-licking good, and they're waiting on you at your favorite KFC location for takeout and for drive-thru, all right? And don't forget the drive-thru's open until midnight, opening and frying until midnight. And you got 3 going the extra mile for you, open until 2. You got Prince Charles, Mackey Street, and Carmichael. All right? I'm sorry, in Oaksville. Prince Charles, Carmichael. Sorry, Prince Charles, Carmichael, and Oaksville. Prince Charles, Carmichael, and Oakville open until 2 a.m. and frying for you. Finger licking on extra. All KFC drive-thrus open until midnight. Carmichael, Prince Charles, Oaksville, open until 2. All right? So no reason for you not to get your finger licking on. All right, let's see. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. Like I said, all brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. I'll probably have your latest Kanye West update because he's probably freaked himself out since the last time he talked. Shaka Khan says auto-tune singers need a job. UPS is hiring. Go, Shaka, go. And I don't think anybody can really challenge Shaka Khan on her vocals, okay? Let's be real. Okay, what else is happening? Yeah, apparently it looks like it's over. I think that's why Tom Brady had the who-farted look on his face last night, not because they lost again, but the announcement drops today after 13 years. The Tom Brady and Gisele Bündchen have filed for divorce. So it is official, and it's look like it's heading towards Splitsville. 40th anniversary of E.T. Drew Barrymore hosts the reunion, and wow, 40th anniversary of E.T. Phone Home. You remember that? I swear we had the greatest childhood movies. These movies today, they off the chain with all the effects and everything, but our movies were way better. Way better. What else is going on? Jerry Lee Lewis, this just coming in. The legendary rock and roller has passed away at the age of 87, most famously known for Great Balls of Fire, among other tunes. So, R.I.P. to Jerry Lee Lewis, one of the last rock and rollers. An undefeated boxer, Cam Shaw, is dead at 25 after a snorkeling accident in Australia. Only 25. And he was a hot name, up and coming in boxing. One of the future stars. Very tragic situation there. LeBron James says he's no longer a Cowboys fan over handling of the national anthem protest. Listen, LeBron, a lot of people don't know, you don't know this, but the Dallas Cowboys was never a fan of you. And you need to worry about who's no longer a fan of you for your petulant, girlish actions. Probably because you've been pulling us for all these years. You brought that losing mantra that you got. You 4-6 in the finals. Watch. You start pulling for Dallas this year. Watch Dallas win the Super Bowl. From my mouth to God's ear. Watch. Thank you, LeBron. And finally, Paul Pelosi attacked in his San Francisco home during a break-in. And that's the husband of Republican Nancy Pelosi. And I'll tell you, well, actually, Representative Nancy Pelosi. And I'm telling you, man, I mean, wow, attacked with a hammer during a home break-in. And the individual was caught. But like I tell you, this was crazy. You know, Speaker Pelosi's spokesman said that Mr. Pelosi was violently assaulted after the break-in. The intruder was actually looking for Nancy Pelosi, couldn't find her. So Paul took it with the hammer. Very tragic situation right there. And that's a wrap right there on your global warming. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. Let me check the text lines again. Naughty, Brave came in on a wave. I guarantee you after these recent issues and other issues, this BLP going out with the Bahamian tsunami. As long as they don't drown us all in the process, all right. Naughty, Whitney Houston has unfollowed Kanye on Twitter. You know things bad when the dead don't follow you. Oh, God. Whitney still on Twitter? I'm off Twitter, man. If they letting Trump back on Twitter, I gone. When Elon Musk was purchasing that, I out of there, man. I ain't on Twitter no more. Bye, Twitter. We'll figure something else out. I got to protest Twitter. All right, and that's a wrap right there. On your global warming, we're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And again, like I said, let me slide in my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break and just remind you of all the goodness that's going on at Dunkin'. Yeah, I caught myself, man. And that's right. She is the Speaker of the House. At first I said Republican, but, I know she's Democrat. I appreciate that. I had a little brain fart on a Friday. But, yeah, it is a messed up situation. Yep, it is. I mean, if you listen, Texter, if you listen to the footage, to the audio of that, it sounded eerily familiar to what we've heard before. What we saw go down at the White House and then, in the Capitol and just... God forbid that we don't ever get to that stage here in this country the way it is in America right now with that situation and in other parts of the world. We gotta work our endeavor best to make sure that we don't get there. We got issues, but we don't need to go down them roads. Naughty, could you let the producer play the song You Get Swing by Gino D? Why though? To painfully remind us we all did get swing in one way, shape, or form. I mean, come on, man. It's Friday. We're trying to go and have a good time on the weekend. Oh, we got a caller? I missed that one, my brother. Let's go to the phone lines. I apologize to you and the caller. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
A pleasant good afternoon, my brother.
I kind of felt it, that it was you there, Sparkle. That's just what's going on, my brother.
I try to get in early with you on Fridays, especially so I could get in, get out, and listen to the rest of the people.
But be good, man. What you got for me today?
If you get lost with you around that 5 o'clock hour where you and the Pearl them start your sports talk, you can't talk no more.
Yeah, but when they brought me on, they told me, man, we need an hour of politics and pop culture and social issues and an hour of sports. So I got to do what I got to do, man.
Yeah, but you get an hour of politics and an hour of sports, and only you one talking, then you ain't got no hour for us.
Now, Sparky, you ain't supposed to have no hour now. Don't run out now.
Well, I could get me one talk show so I can have 2 hours.
I was just gonna tell you, man. Me and you need to do one podcast. I can come talk to you on the weekend. I can bring some brown bottles.
Tree with some brown bottles. But
we do it live from your yard, under the tree. Brought to you by Guinness.
I almost fall asleep waiting on you. Thank the Lord Kermit must remind you that you had a caller.
Well, anyway, you almost fall asleep because you under the tree in the cool breeze with the brown bottles. That's why.
I wanted to say first thing, I wanted to take time out of you. Give me a moment to thank a very good friend of mine, Mr. Julian Edgecombe, who's celebrating this 70th first birthday today. Up in Foxhill in Frank Edgecombe Road. He's 71 today. He invited us up for some stew fish, boiled fish, and all them kind of fish which is due in the morning. Hello?
I listening. I giving you your moment.
Yeah, he was so generous. He gave me a nice bowl of stew fish. And then I tell him, after I finish the stew fish, I tell him I changed my mind. I wanted boiled fish. Which means I wanted all 2 of them. And he was so generous, he gave me a bowl of boiled fish for breakfast tomorrow morning. So thank you, Julian. Second thing, Mr. Naughty, I've reached the point with this green shirt and red shirt and purple shirt and blue shirt and all them kind of shirt, where it comes to time when you got to pay your allegiance to the flag and the Commonwealth of the Bahamas forward, onward, upward, and the operative word is together. So when you reach maturity, you put away all childish things, and put a mindset on your body. You start to speak up for your future of your children, and not to bow down and honor the legacies of the king's children and his children. We have to think about our children and our grandchildren. Donnie, let me ask you a question. When I came out of school in 1970, it was very easy to go to the bank and get a piece of property, maybe 100 by 100, in Blair State or Seabreeze Estate, and get a loan to the bank and pay the bank back every week when you get paid. How much of our children today do you think coming out of high school could possibly buy a piece of property in New Providence, 100 by 100? In a decent area, maybe out of the city, because I know you can't buy that inside the city because, to be honest, the Chinese buying them all up to build grocery store and liquor store and Chinese restaurant.
You see
right
that?
in Wolf Road, East Street, McCullough Corner, all over the place.
Tree
They
for
buy
one
them all
special.
the little small clapboard house and thing and build it, but where you take your children to be able to afford to go to the bank, to pay a bank $100,000 for a piece of property? Which bank allow a child to borrow $100,000 for property or $50,000 for a brand new car? I think we will be saddled for the rest of our life. Excuse me. Excuse me, I hate to say it like this, but the majority of the black people in the Bahamas will be saddled for the rest of our life with riding around with second-hand Japanese car and renting house or apartment, because you ain't going to be able to afford or own nothing in New Providence, what I call the capital island of the Bahamas. You can't afford nothing on Cable Beach. You can't afford nothing in Winton. You can't afford nothing in Bay Street. You can't afford nothing. You better go south and head towards Adelaide or South Beach.
No, don't head
or
to Adelaide
Yamaha.
now, because I hear you can't get none of Adelaide now, too. They got some big developments going on there, gated communities, tying it in with Albany and things. No, I don't count on Albany, no. I mean, Adelaide no more.
Well, see, most of the Adelaide area down in the back there is probably family land, belong to the Oaks family, and all of them big pieces of property, see all them pine leaves and take the pine trees. Them acres and acres of the Oaks family and all of them, you know.
Listen, Sparky, you can't tell me nothing. Listen,
Yet.
Sparky, you can't tell me nothing but that Adelaide property. My grandpa, Cam Thompson, had property out there. I grew up there as a small child on the weekends. Horse stable, farming, knaps, sugar apple, hog plum, banana. Come on, man. Sea grape.
Don't forget about the kind of plum, but it's a coca plum.
Coca plum, too.
Round by the airport. Remember when they used to take us for a ride on Sunday to go get coca plum round by the airport?
So when they talking about that Adelaide, I know exactly all that area what they talking. I know what Mr. Pericles Malin talking about because I was the neighbor.
So
they
let's
can't
talk
tell me
real
about
talk
Adelaide.
before them, so you produce some cut about that. Where you think the children of tomorrow, my children and my grandchildren, most of them done move out of most of the children done move out of the country. Mine in Florida now. Mine gone.
And a lot more going?
Only me one left here. My son in Canada, my daughter in Florida. Everybody gone. And
But
they
Sparky, you know-
sound like they don't want to come back because they done got green card.
But you know who's partially to blame in all this, Sparky? Us, the voters. Because we've continued
only
to
people
elect
who
the
won't come
same
in to
individuals
stay.
that keep doing us bad the same way.
But the only people who will come to the Bahamas and stay now is our people from the South who come in illegally. They don't want to go nowhere. They want to stay.
Again?
We're trying to get out of here because we can't live here no more. We can't afford to live here no more. Where
I
are we
agree
going
this
to
is
buy
strong.
property in our own country? The foreigners from down in the South don't need to buy property. They just get property free.
Yeah, but
Hello?
Sparky, I listening to you, but guess what?
They
I
get
agree with
property
you.
free. They just
I
buy
agree with
lumber
you.
free. They just build house in the night, and they don't have no inspectors watching them when they build a house.
I got
They
you,
don't
Sparky.
build
I
by
got to
the-
get
by
to.
the house, the building code.
I got to get to the numerology report, Sparky, but real quick, it's not just the migrants from the South, you know. Yes, there's a strong propensity and a strong contingency of them. But you got to look around. There's other tourists, like you say, from all over the world that's displacing Bahamians in their own country as well. We got to deal with all and sundry, not just one entity. Huh?
We can't stop them. Who do we depend on to stop this from happening?
Elect officials who prepared to do it and stop airbagging about it.
The religious leaders wouldn't even say nothing in church. They're mouth shut. Have a good day.
Take care, Sparky. Enjoy your weekend on your brown borders. Let's get to Cuban Willie's numerology report right now. All brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. We're wrapping up the first hour with live Duncan Carmichael. After the news, we talking sports. Getting you ready for your NFL weekend. Cover the local scene and get all your NFL picks coming up. Right after the news, right here on Talking Heads. Don't touch it. ¡Huepa! Buenas tardes. Happy Friday. Feliz viernes, mi gente. Soy yo, Mr. Cuban Willie in the casa. Cuban Willie in the house. Island Game in the house. For the Friday, that's what I'm talking about. And you need your numbers for the weekend. And listen, I got a free ball for you today. Mira, I came to visit my homeboy Nori at the Dunkin' Donuts because, I run on Dunkin' too. They're running my friends from La Migra and on the Dunkin'. And, I get the 4 dozen donuts, the mix, a sorry 4 dozen donuts. Some for to support the breast cancer, some for the Halloween, and then a dozen jelly because I love the jelly. I like to poke it in the middle and watch the jelly come out. Oh my God, that's so beautiful. And then you put a little ice cream on top of that. But that's a different story for another day. So, I get the 4 dozen donuts. I get the 2 iced coffee. And when I come in outside, I see the kid with a Lakers jersey on with a big zero. And I had to laugh because the Lakers zero in the win column. They haven't won nothing. So today's number is 4-4-2-0-0. 420. 420 is your number today. The 3 ball in the Island Game. Bet it and forget it. And always play responsibly with the Island Game. Check them out on the sportsbook at theislandgame.com. The Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly. Have a good weekend. I see you Monday. Stay playing and running, my friends.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
There it is. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Check it out. Move. If you got the nerve, lash out for your just desserts. It's not just the words. Some of y'all heads up in the cloud. I'ma bring y'all back to earth. It's black back to burn. Y'all talking about out your mouth. I'm not concerned, cause y'all got the nerve. It's y'all turn like Detroit Red when his head had an ultra perm. The long walk to burn your bare heels, so throw on your boots. The game camouflage like army suits, but I can see it more clear cause I came with the coupe in here. Ring the alarm and form the troops. Send them out into the world, go to war on the flu. Eye to eye with the enemy you sworn to shoot. Now I'm coming at your neck, sick of hearing something wrong with me, wrong with you. When the cheap just way too smart to question. The enemy, the brothers of a dark complexion. The governments of the world is shark infested. They heavy on weaponry like Charlton Heston, man. Look, it gets low here. No, what I'm talking about. Get it.
Talking Heads with Naughty is sponsored by IWACX, BTC, Burger King, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, Island Wholesale, John's Department Store, J.S. Johnson, Joker's Wild, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
Talking Heads, the Friday, October 28th edition continues right now. We are live Dunkin' Carmichael. Getting it in the Carmichael location of Dunkin' Donuts. Everybody running on Dunkin'. And of course, so am I. Love getting out to these remotes, man. It's all good. And we'll tell you all the goodness that's going on about Duncan, but we're into the 5 o'clock hour, so you know we're talking sports, and you know how we got to set it off with today in sports history. All brought to you, of course, by Naughty Johnny's. Well worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza Monday through Friday. Great for lunch and dinner. Then on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Breakfast starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget happy hour as well every Wednesday and Friday from 5 to 7 at Naughty Johnny's. So be sure to go check them out. Well worth the trip out there to the Old Fort Shopping Plaza. Give them a call, 377-7776. See what they got planned for you this whole entire weekend, all right? All right, let's jump on in. 1961, on this day in sports history, construction began on the municipal stadium for the New York Mets, better known as Shea Stadium. In 1963, Fats Henry was credited with a 94-yard punt. Research later indicated that it was an 83-yard punt, but that's okay. That's still a heck of a long punt. 1984, the New York Marathon was marred by its first fatality when a French runner collapsed and died. 1993, Ron Francis of the Pittsburgh Penguins became only the 38th player in NHL history to achieve 1,000 career points. 1994, the NFL Management Council and the NFL Players Association announced an agreement for the formulation and implementation of the most comprehensive drug and alcohol policy in sports. 1996, members of the New York Yankees and their manager appeared on The Late Show with David Letterman. 1997, the NBA announced that they had hired the first women to officiate a Major League all-male sport. The women were Dee Cantor and Violet Palmer. And they had illustrious careers as officials in the NBA. What was the answer? Robert F. Kennedy. If you wanted to know the answer to the trivia question, it was Robert F. Kennedy. The girl in the polka dot dress saw Robert F. Kennedy get killed. So he got assassinated. All right. I should be joined now. Mr. Producer, I don't know if Pearlie's here, but I know Peter's here. And I know Pearlie should be joining us in short order if he's not in already. We got both of them here. Pearlie, Peter, both of y'all in?
I'm here. And
all right, so we're going to ride until Pearlie gets here. Pearlie in yet? We're waiting on the Pearl. That's all right, though. The Pearl will catch up. Peter, what's going on? We got local sports to talk about. All brought to you, of course, like I said, the home court. All brought to you, of course, by Burger King Nassau. It's all about that King's deal going on right now. You definitely want to check that out. That's your favorite Burger King location. Get it either way. Chicken or flame grilled beef, the way you like it. All right, $5.75, VAT included. Waiting on you at your favorite Burger King location for takeout, drive-through, and delivery with the Craven app. Well, Peter, basically a couple of things. You know, we talked about it yesterday. The Nassau Rowing Club and the Ministry of Education is hosting a talent identification. The sport of rowing is definitely taking off, and now they're getting it into the public schools as well as the private schools. So we think we got a lot of athletes and talent there that should do well off of that. If we look to volleyball, women's volleyball, the UB women's volleyball team, they took a tour to South Florida. And this from Doral, Florida. The University of the Bahamas women's volleyball team dropped both matches against Atlantis University over the weekend in South Florida. The team lost the first match on Friday, 25-10, 25-5, and 25-7. In the second game, they performed a lot better, but still lost in straight sets, 25-13, 25-21, and 25-10. Head coach Raymond Wilson said despite the losses, he saw improvement from the team over the two matches. They hustled much better in the second game than the first game. They showed much more of their potential and their ability to play this game at a high level. I give them a little above average on their productivity, and I can only see better things ahead for them. So good to see that we got local athletes doing it. UB, I got to give them credit. They find as many games to play in, as many leagues as they could play in, to make sure those kids get an ample opportunity to play at the collegiate level. So, you know, hats off to them and the UB, you know, AD program, the athletic directors, and that program as well. Doing a good job with the sports. Every time I look up, they got them traveling, they got them playing. The results may not be what you want, but when you start in the fledgling program, that's to be expected. We look at the NBA. DeAndre Ayton and the Suns got a big game tonight against the Pelicans in Phoenix. He had a double-double his last time out. Buddy Hield scored 25 for the Pacers, but came up short. That was a season and team high for Buddy with the 25. They came up short again. All right. Yes, we did have a winner for the trivia. All right, we did have a winner for the trivia. The first person who texted the correct answer. And he's the winner. those of you playing legalese, and we'll try it again on Monday. Right. Who's in and who's out? Peter, what's going on with you, man? We still got Peter, or did we lose Peter? Is Peter there with the Zoom, or did we dip out on Peter? Mr. Producer, can you check again? Well, let him in. Either he's on mute or whatever. I can't hear him. So as we wait for Peter to be unmuted, Peter, can you hear me? Okay. So, I guess he might be zooming in, but he might be a little distracted. So we'll wait for Peter. Earl will be joining us shortly. But if you look at the NBA, you got games on tap tonight. Full lineup. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 big games. You got the Hawks and the Pistons. You got the Hornets and the Magic. You got the Cavaliers and the Celtics. Pacers and the Wizards. 76ers and the Raptors. Lakers and the Timberwolves. Knicks and the Bucks. Bulls and the Spurs. Jazz and Nuggets. Rockets and Trailblazers. And Pelicans and Phoenix Suns. So a lot on top to watch NBA-wise tonight. As you know, some teams still going through the motions. It's early on. You got some injuries, so you won't probably see all of your favorite players in the lineup. Because, like I say, something like, take the Clippers, for example. Kawhi Leonard. They lose. But he'll play tonight or the next game because of load management and resting. So you got to be careful. You can't anticipate all the time. Oh, my team playing this team tonight, we can win. No, load management has become real in the NBA and in other sports. So don't expect to see your favorites every night. Night in and night out. Let's try Peter again, man. I don't know if he can hear us. I don't know if it's technical difficulty. But we waited on Peter. So I'll leave you to work on that, Mr. Producer. Let me know when the Pearl chimes in. And we'll be back. Okay. I think Peter might be having some technical difficulty. Let me know when Pearlie chimes in. But also on top tonight and over the weekend, don't forget, you got Major League Baseball as it winds down with the championship series, the respective championship series. Getting ready for the World Series. You know, it's this time of year when sports is good. You got baseball going on. You got the NBA going on. You got NFL happening. It's definitely a good look. It's a smorgasbord of sports. You cannot go wrong. So we'll have to, budget your time in order to check out all this goodness. All right, the series, the Phillies took care of the Padres 4-1. Houston took care of the Yankees 4-0. And now we have the Astros and the Phillies as it cranks off today. Respective, American League Championship Series under their belts. And today at 8:03, you got the Astros and the Phillies in Game 1. And like I say, this should be a pretty good World Series. You got a hot team in the Phillies, swinging the bats well, pitching at the right time. You got the Astros who are coming in on a juggernaut. Swept through the playoffs, swept through the American League Championship Series, and here we are. And it should be a very good series. I think this is going to be an entertaining World Series. I'm waiting to talk to Pearlie to see where he's leaning. I would say on paper, Houston is the better team. I'd say right now, Philadelphia is the hotter team. Been playing a high level of baseball for a little bit longer than Houston because Houston had wrapped things up had the number 1 seed, but the Phillies have been playing to get into the playoffs and maintain their existence the whole while. So we'll look and see how this one plays out. I think this is going to be a good series. And if the Astros don't teeth any signs, it should be a very competitive series as well, too. But you know, them Astros, you know their motto: win if you can, lose if you must, but always cheat. So we'll keep an eye on the World Series. And, of course, don't forget who's in and who's out is all brought to you, of course, by Tropical Gyros. And let's look at the NFL now. Check out the NFL news as to who's in and who's out. Don't forget another weekend game in London. You have the Broncos and the Jaguars. They'll be playing from London, so remember, it's an early game, 9 a.m.er. And we got some injuries. The 49ers have ruled out wide receiver Deebo Samuel against the Rams. Hamstring issues. You still have issues with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee. His ankle, along with an illness, has him as a game-time decision right now for the Titans game. Some other bad news for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Star linebacker injured last night. And Shaq Barrett, he has a torn Achilles. He's going to miss the rest of the season. Russell Wilson is back in for the Denver Broncos. Oh, yeah, back in for the Broncos. And I'll be honest with you. On that trip to London, I don't know if Russell Wilson is trying to alienate himself completely from his teammates. We know he signed the lucrative contract, the big deal, requested an office in the locker room and some other prima donna-like things. Well, apparently on the 8-hour flight to London, Russell waits till all of his teammates are asleep on the flight to get up and start stretching, doing calisthenics and high knee raises and waking everybody up. I don't know what's going on with Russell, man. I mean, he's a good dude off the field, but he's corny as heck. I'm telling you. But anyhow, I digress. So look for more issues to come out Bronco locker room. I think there's a big disconnect there. But nonetheless, he's made the trip, and he will start in London, across the pond, all right, in that game. And like I said, it's a 9 a.m.er. It's an early game. So take advantage of that. Don't miss out on that. Broncos and Jaguars in the UK from 9 a.m. Big game last night. You had the Baltimore Ravens winning that one. But more importantly, Tom Brady looks to be out of there as far as relationship-wise. Official news again today. Him and his wife of 13 years, Giselle Bündchen, in Splitsville. They're going to file for divorce. And I think that's what's been weighing heavy on his mind. I think that's been one of the big albatrosses around his neck. All right. So we got Peter back. If Peter's back, we'll chime on in and talk with him. All right. He should be in short order. Let me know. Keep me posted when he's back. And I know Pearlie should be chiming in shortly. What I'm going to do now is get to the break. We'll get to the first break. On the flip side of the break, we'll be back with all of my pigskin picks for the upcoming games this weekend in the NFL. And I'll tell you who I like. All brought to you, of course, by the Island Game. And don't forget the Final 10 today. On the ride home, the Final 10, we got all of your NFL picks, courtesy of my crew over there from CBS Sports. So we can compare notes. You can see who myself and Pearlie and Peter like. And you can see who the experts from CBS like as well, all coming up on the Final 10 of the show today. But in the meantime, keep it right where you got it. We're going to take a quick break. On the flip side of the break, the Friday, October 28th edition of Talking Heads, live from Dunkin' Donuts. Carmichael continues right after this.
If you want value and flavor, check out the King Meal Deals at Burger King Nassau. Enjoy your choice of a Big King Jr. or a Chicken Big King Jr. with fries and a drink for only $5.75, including that. The Big King Jr. features Burger King's signature flame grilled beef topped with some of your favorite fixins and king sauce on a sesame seed bun, or indulge in the Chicken Big King. Either way, you get value, flavor, fries, and a drink the BK way for only $5.75. Burger King Nassau, where taste is king.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
This is Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
We're back at you, Talking Heads. Guardian Radio, the Friday, October 28th edition continues right now. I think we do have Peter, and we do have Earl the Pearl in the building, correct?
In this corner, out of the blue corner. Yeah, that's me.
You mean out of the
Why
black
gotta
and
be
blue
blue
corner?
corner? Why
As
can't I be
Mike
the red
beating as
corner?
your Dodgers took.
I started to say red corner, but Joe might have put the wrong connotation behind it, so I stuck with the blue corner, but you just hear
That red team of yours, they did take blurs too.
What is the
Two
what
words,
is the Dolphin
buddy.
team
Two
colors?
words,
Is the
my
Dolphin
brother. Two words.
is the
Two words only.
is the what
Only
is
your
the
friends,
Dolphin
Pearly.
team
Only
color?
your
Is it
friends.
green?
Pardon, Peter?
That's what it is.
Dolphin team color teal? Is that what it is? Teal?
No,
And
te-
your
yeah.
friend, Peter?
The teal is actually doing well for Pearly. It's the Dodger blue that let him
In
down.
the teal corner, we have Earl.
Well, the Dodgers
Pearl
Blue let me down. Not
Thompson.
quite. I mean, a little more. They let me down a little more than the Yankees let y'all down.
That's fine. So Earl, the next Dolphin game is against the Bears, so we will be seeing each other, right?
You don't see me. You don't see me, Peter. Got something for him. That game you had this week, that little confidence booster, you get take from him this weekend.
By the Cowboys, because we could punch them right in the mouth.
Do you expect the Bears to
called-
beat the? Do you expect the Bears to beat the Cowboys on Sunday?
I would hope the Bears beat the Cowboys on Sunday, but
would you expect them to beat the
if
Cowboys?
he was in another setting and not on the radio, I'd have said it a little more explicitly. But anything happening.
I agree. I mean, I doubt the Bears GM and ownership expect the Bears to win against the Cowboys on Sunday.
But
so it will
one
be
of my favorite,
a colossal upset.
one of my favorite. You're correct. You're correct. One of my favorite sportscasters is Chris Berman, and he always says that is why we play the game. So anything can happen Sunday. Anything can happen.
All right,
Yeah,
with sense.
except the Cowboys are a lot more talented than the Bears roster, 1 through 53. So yeah.
Well,
I
we'll
don't
address
know.
that when we get to the picks. What I do want to address is the postmortem from last night. My God, is it safe to say that we were all right that Tampa Bay is a pretender?
No, but I did. Yeah, we did say pretender.
Well,
I got distracted.
Brady's
We did say
45.
Pretender, right? But I don't know, man.
They got a lot of
that was
issues.
brutal.
And they lost Shaq Barrett last night to the Achilles, so the defense took a blow there. The secondary's been injured. Mike Evans and Brady do not look like they're on the same page.
No,
come on. Brady was 26 for 44, 325 yards. The offensive line didn't protect him. He got sacked 3 times.
Those he's throwing lollipops. Remember, the Bucs are built to be a vertical passing attack on the Arians. That's what their offense is. And Brady got to Tampa Bay with just enough juice, to be vertical enough to work. And now, year 3, it just doesn't have the zip he had in year 1. And Brady wasn't throwing rocket balls in New England either as a rookie. So it's not like Favre or Vic, who just still got that arm to zip it after 40.
But he seems to be.
He just ain't got it. And you can dink and dunk and, yards after the catch and everything else. But imagine what Mike Evans could do with Mahomes throwing him the football 60, 70 yards down the field. The ball's coming on a rope. It's the difference between a great shortstop who can zip the ball to first base, and the ball never curves, versus a shortstop with an average arm who's got to curve the ball out of the stadium and back in. Those balls were, every pass, whether 15 yards had an arc. And in this NFL, but this isn't the NFL that Brady came into in 2000. In this NFL, those DBs are faster than they were in 2000, and they can move laterally better, and you're not going to get away with the things.
Real quick before
yeah,
we get distracted on this, there's something wrong with Brady, though. I've never seen him this frustrated over the years. He had a situation last night, Leonard Fournette with the false start, which was a drive killer, made him go for the field goal rather than touchdown. Brady spiking the ball, pulling the chin strap off hard. He also had the walking off the field conversation with Mike Evans. We haven't seen this from him over the years.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
No.
The media's done a great job in trying to make Tom.
Peter. But the only time you saw it over the years is when he lost the Super Bowl, or he lost to the Dolphins one-off, or somebody one-off, and he had that look. But there was time. There was space in between it. It wasn't consistent. It wasn't as regular as we're seeing it this year.
I think what's happening with him is that you have to, because again, physically you're deteriorating, so mentally you have to compensate a lot, and it's a lot of compensation going on. He has to be so perfect. Remember when Peyton was hurt and Peyton came back and played with the Broncos? He had to be so perfect mentally. Brady's in that same place now. He's got to be so perfect mentally, but the defense he's got in Tampa isn't as good as the defense that Manning had in Denver. So he's got to just do so much. And I think that frustration builds. And when I'm an old guy and I got to compensate so much mentally, and you're a young guy and you're in your prime and you can't get it right with your mental mistakes, I'm going to get mad at you because come on, man. Come on. So I understand where he's coming from. I do. But he's 45.
What's your take, Burley? Burley, what's your take on the whole Brady scenario? Burley going to the air fryer, Peter. You hear it? Whenever Burley goes quiet, it's the air fryer.
Do you think that was Brady's? Hey, you Fournette, get off my lawn. Was that moment for him?
No. I think that was more of a Gene Mini Christmas Dosh Garnet, because I can't say what I want to say. Get your head out of your you-know-what and focus. That's what that was.
The main thing right now, and y'all making all these little analytical ESPN and NFL Network kind of discussion, the brother going through a bad divorce and he had just seen there. That's all.
That's why I acquiesced to you early, Pearly. I wanted you to speak on it.
That's really, I just read an article. They just filed the divorce. They're working on the settlement right now. They're working on the settlement of the properties and custody of the kids and all that stuff.
And Brady told him, take what you want.
For someone who's walked that walk, that plays a major thing in your mindset and your production. I think that has a major role to play with. I think so.
Pearly, two things. I alluded to it from last week when me and I talked. I said, look, he's going through that emotional roller coaster. You can tell when love is a serious thing. Second of all, God bless Brady for one thing. You tell the lawyers, tell Giselle she can take what she want. My house in Baker's Bay almost finished. She wouldn't even see that.
Listen.
Well,
Giselle
I
weighs
mean,
450
they're not even
million.
living in this.
She weighs twice as much as Brady. It don't matter though.
Exactly.
I understand that. But Brady said take everything but Norma Baker's Bay home. You gotta like Brady for bigging up the Bahamas indirectly.
Okay, but they haven't lived together in 6 months. Is it really? I mean, both parties have pretty much moved on. The court proceedings are a formality at this point. But again, Brady's a 45-year-old man.
Peter,
hold on. Hold on, Peter.
She going through a healing thing and all that. She meeting a healing counselor as we speak. So they ain't over that yet. Maybe you might be, but not them.
And it's hard to take 13 years of a successful marriage under the spotlight, being successful in both your career paths, her in modeling, him in the NFL. You don't wipe that up in 6 months, bro. I'm sorry. There's baggage there.
I'm not saying they're both moved on. I'm not saying that 6 months. What I'm saying is that you cannot look at Brady's physical deterioration and say that doesn't play a factor. It's all about the divorce. That's insane.
No.
Brady,
No. I'm not saying he has no physical deterioration. He does. I'm saying the fact that he's going through that divorce is probably playing a major factor that's not having his mind compensate for where he loses, because he has been deteriorating physically for years. But what he has done is because his experience, because he is the GOAT, he's been able to adjust because he can do things what he knows. But his mind is not there. So he's making dumb passes, doing dumb things, he's getting angry quicker and all that.
I agree.
It's affecting the game.
The temperament, perhaps, but the thing is this. A staple of any NFL offense being able to throw that, you all know this, a 10 and out on a rope, zip it. He ain't got it. You see the passes, the ball's in the air forever. And if Mike Evans is in 6 foot forever, that long pass for 30 yards, he's not going to pick that up. The fact that Mike Evans is a foot taller than DB on him, that helps a lot. And I don't know what they're going to do, because all their win now is about Brady. Same thing with Green Bay. So if Brady is a no-go, there is no plan B. What are you going to do? Go trade for Teddy Bridgewater? I mean, what are you going to do? So from an organizational standpoint, Brady's done. We know that. What does Tampa Bay do moving forward? They're not going to get a great pick to get a top 3 quarterback. So what do? Get Baker Mayfield? On that note, gents, I gotta take off. I'll listen to the rest of the show. Thanks as always.
All right, Pete. I know you gotta get back to duty calls, so we appreciate your contributions. Pearl, you ready to get up into the picks? And I see something.
Ready, man. Been ready.
Just coming across the waiver wire. Oh God, I don't know if I'm ready for all of this. But apparently, the conversation.
We're talking the real waiver wire.
No, I'm talking the real waiver wire, the news wire right here. Two things that popped up that I wanted to talk to you about. Now, I wanted to call you on this yesterday, but I had to get the jokers. I need you to check your Dolphin side and see what's going on. But I hear there's a possibility that the Dallas Cowboys actually make a trade with you guys for wide receiver Cedric Wilson, who we allowed to go to y'all in free agency because he's become nothing more than the punter on that team. It didn't work out. He's the odd man out. And obviously with our situation in Dallas, he'd slide right back into his old role as a number 3 or number 4 receiver. With the chemistry with Dak Prescott and the history with Dak, it makes sense. Have you heard anything to that? And the second thing now, it just came off the wire, that just really got my head stood up. The Dallas Cowboys are now the front runners to sign Odell Beckham Jr.
I heard that the Rams were the front runner, but they made him a offer that wasn't acceptable, and I heard Dallas is in the running right now. I heard that.
You know what I also heard that really excites me if we could pull it off? I hear Denver, if they lose this week, it's going to be a fire sale. I'm hearing Jerry Jeudy is disgruntled. Opportunity for the Cowboys to make a trade there. Can you imagine CeeDee Lamb, Jerry Jeudy, and Michael Gallup as your core of receivers moving forward. It's scary. All young, all talented.
You don't normally see a fire sale in the middle of the season, though. I don't know how true that is. I think that's more clickbait than anything else. I hate that.
No, let me tell you why. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt, Pearly. The head coach in Denver, I hear he's dead coach walking.
I'm not saying he isn't, but I don't see that kind of stuff happen so much. And it could. I'm not saying it won't. But you don't see that happen that often in the middle of the NFL season. You see it happen at the end of the season.
But you gotta look at this though, Pearly.
I'd be surprised. I'm not saying it won't happen, but I'd be shocked if it does.
How long has it been since we've seen this many trades prior to the NFL trade deadline that we've seen so far? We've had 3 or 4 trades.
You're correct.
So I'm looking at it, and I'm saying, wow, where there's smoke, there may be some fire. But keep me posted, man. Next week, let me know. Bring me up to snuff. What's going on with Cedric Wilson?
And I mean, I'm on 950 million and 464,000 Dolphin chats and podcasts, and I've not heard that. But trust me, between now and Sunday, if it's there, I'll hear it.
All right, my brother.
I do have one on Spotify I haven't listened to yet. So I listen to that this afternoon.
Because that would be an interesting move if the Cowboys did pull that off. All right, let's get into the picks. And remember, you can always bet and win with the islandgame.com. Simply log on to the islandgame.com. Check out the sports book, the place to win, the place to play. Many ways to play, many ways to win. And the Island Game always reminds you to play responsibly.
I just want to say this, Lordy, before you do it. You see, because I spoil, and I can say I spoil. I like them little children. You promised me something I can keep asking you about it, and I want to ask you on air. What time tomorrow are you taking me to breakfast?
But I wasn't taking you to breakfast tomorrow because I was actually going to bring you donuts today when I leave now.
Okay, no problem. Moving on, let's do the picks.
But if you want breakfast in the morning, we could do breakfast.
No. I'm fine with the donuts if coffee comes with it. Let's go.
Unbeknownst to you, I spanked him again last night.
Look like I might want coffee today and donuts tomorrow. I mean, I'm breakfast tomorrow. But anyway, you do the picks.
Yeah.
We'll come. You do talk.
We'll talk. Things good.
Okay.
All right, here we go. You got the Broncos and the Jaguars. Russell Wilson making the trip. I'm looking at this.
He's still hurt. I think it's be the Jags.
I like the Jags to win this game, too. I think Travis Etienne has a party.
Because I start Trevor Lawrence, and I need Trevor Lawrence to give me plenty points.
Well, I don't know if he's going to be the guy to get you the points. I think it's Travis Etienne who's going to actually blow up for them.
Probably.
So let's see. But I like the Jaguars in that one. You got the Cardinals at the Vikings.
That's a 9:30 in London, England. So I love these kids. They're really making your Sunday complete. I mean, God forgive me, I kind of duck stage on them kind of days, but it'd be nice. Make your football Sunday complete.
They should have a 9:00 game every Sunday.
I swear to goodness.
But anyway, we got the Cardinals and the Vikings. I like the Vikings to win this game.
I like the Cardinals.
I'm going with the Vikings at home and with the better defense.
Okay, I'm going with the Cardinals. I'm going with the Cardinals with the better quarterback.
But the return of DeAndre Hopkins has made Arizona viable again.
Hey, and it made my fantasy team very viable. I love it.
There you go.
I love it. Everybody said, why are you picking him? I said, I'm picking him for weeks 8, 9, and forward.
I did the same thing in a couple other leagues. You got the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. I like the Carolina Panthers to win this game.
You know what? The Falcons starting to look like a halfway quarter below level decent team, and I believe they can sneak this one out. Unlike into my son, because he was kind of open there with that, tank. But they coming up with some wins. I think I get the Panthers this weekend by a touchdown.
No, I'll be honest with you. It's a division game, but a lot of people sleeping on the defense of the Panthers, and they got Foreman running the football. They got DJ Moore as their lead receiver now. And you know what? They're playing. They're just going out and playing. I like them. It's a division game. I like them to get it. And guess what?
Okay.
Here's a key component. The 2 starting cornerbacks for the Atlanta Falcons are out. DJ Moore going to eat. Foreman going to catch a lot out of the backfield. Watch for the Carolina Panthers to win this game. The Bears against the Cowboys. Cowboys now a 10-point favorite.
Cowboys.
I like the Cowboys in Dallas as well, too.
I can't believe I'm saying that. Cowboys. Oh, God.
They got the Raiders and the Saints. I like the Raiders in this one.
I like the Raiders, too. The Saints, there's got no kind of defense.
No defense. The defense is injured. No Kareem Lattimore for them. No big cornerback for them. You got Devontae Adams wanting the ball. You got Derek Carr and the Raiders waking up. And they realize that division is still wide open.
I just needed to be close
for
I just needed to be close for a little while so that the fellas them could run some yards for me. And then I don't care what happens in the second half.
Right. Kansas City's going to eventually win that division. But right now they're bunched up. And there's some competitive football going to be played. Now, Pearly.
I got you.
This next game, the upset bird flying in Detroit. I got you guys to win the game. Because I just feel like there's going to be a Tua, Tyreek Hill connection a couple of times. But do not sleep on the Lions and making this a dogfight, making this a shootout, and making this closer than you all think.
What you're going to find is Xavier Howard going to get at least 1 interception, maybe 2 in the same game. Dover's going to send a strong message back to the NFL that Tua is back. The Miami is a team to be reckoned with in the NFL. They stomped the Lions by 2 touchdowns.
Speaking of Xavier Howard, what was that uncurable STD that he gave that poor young woman?
See, allegedly. All right, let's move on, please.
What kind of defense he was playing, man? That was tight press coverage.
You ain't nobody. You there, friend, but you still ain't nobody when it comes to stuff like this. Let's move on, please.
Hey, I'm asking a question.
I have not read the article. I saw it, and I was like, oh, God, I'm going to read this later. I actually should have read it before because I should have known you would have come at me with this, but that's my bad.
Because I'm that guy.
I know. You are that guy.
All right, we got the Patriots and the Jets. I like the Jets to win this one anyway. Even if Mac Jones plays for the Patriots. I like the Jets in this one.
Down to earth. I think the Jets come down to earth this weekend. I think Matt Jones is going to play for his football life, and I think he's going to put a good game together. Not that it's going to make a difference, but they can beat the Jets. Stinking lousy Jets down this weekend.
I know why you're saying that. You got the Eagles and the Steelers. I hate to tell our good colleague, Obi Roberts, the Eagles could beat the bejesus out of the Steelers.
And Mary and Joseph.
Now I got to go to confession because you make me laugh at that. Yeah, but the Eagles, I like the Eagles in a big one. All right, you got the Tennessee Titans, Houston Texans, big division game. I still like the Titans in this one because Houston can't stop the run. Yeah. Derrick Henry will eat.
Yeah. All day, all night.
All right.
Marianne too.
They got him as a 3-point favorite, and I like him at home. The 12th man in Seattle is legit. I think the Giants come back to earth this week in a tough road game, and I think Geno Smith outduels Danny Dimes from New York, in which should be an entertaining game. New York has trouble stopping the run. Seattle has trouble stopping everything, but they played tough in Seattle and managed to get it done. And they've done it before, and I think they do it again this week. And I think they managed to knock off the Giants. That Kenneth Walker Jr. III, listen, when you drafted that dude in the preseason, I wanted to draft him. I was like, you know what, Earl, beat me to it. This kid's going to blow up at some point. Now you are reaping the benefits of that pick, Earl, because that Walker Jr. that Walker the third from Seattle, that's the legit running back.
Yeah,
to me,
it is.
Him and Breece Hall prior to the injury might be the best 2 running backs in the league right now.
But I still like the Giants. I still like the. I don't, for some reason, I don't know, and I just think this coach is good for that quarterback, and he's a Jones, and I like the Giants.
All right, we got the 49ers against the Rams. And despite Deebo Samuel being a no-go, being out with the hamstring, I still like the 49ers to beat the Rams because they own the Rams. Over the last 3 years, they own them.
We don't like to say that this early in the season is a make or break of the season, but this game is a make or break game for the Rams. This is a make or break game. The Rams are 3-3. The Rams need to win. They need this win. Both teams need this win. The 49ers are favored by less than a field goal. I think the Rams pull this one off at home.
I think McCaffrey comes out and has a party in his real 49er debut after learning the offense for a week.
That's a possibility, but I think McCaffrey will have a party. I think he can give me a lot of fantasy points, which I love him for, but I still think the Rams come in.
You got the Commodores against the Colts. The Colts are 3-point favorite, but they starting a backup quarterback.
They are. That's right. They are.
I like the Commanders in this one. I saw something last week.
I'm going to give the Colts the advantage at home. I really don't like either team. I really don't like either team, but I give the Colts the advantage at home.
We got to get the last two in because, we got CBS Network with their picks coming up after the break. So we got the Packers and the Bills. I like the Bills to beat the snot out of the Packers.
And I like Aaron Rodgers to come through, and I like the Packers to be the upset of the week. I'm hoping for that too, but I still.
But use the lone pot cake on that one. I ain't touching that.
Right.
Cleveland and Cincinnati Monday night. Cincinnati at Cleveland. I like Cincinnati in this one to get it done.
Listen, I got Burrow in one, and I got Chase in another league, and them fellas giving me points. I like Cincinnati.
Not Chase no more though, because Chase gone for 4 to 6 weeks with the hip.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I still like him. I like Burrow. I still like him.
All right. Well, we right on time, Purdy.
Let me ask you a quick question.
Go ahead.
What's your you gonna do? What's your you gonna do with Virginia tomorrow? Because I'm really disappointed in Miami, man.
I really disappointed in them, too. But, got to roll with them. I think they get it done.
Yeah. And then
Might
there's a
be
big
ugly.
matchup at Ohio State and Penn. There's a big matchup at number 2, Ohio State and Penn State tomorrow. That's a good game to watch. That's going to be a really, really good game to watch.
Ohio State University.
Yeah. And, of course, Georgia going to embarrass the Gators tomorrow.
That's a given.
I'm looking forward to that. And then,
All right.
And then this last thing, the game with Tennessee and Kentucky is another good game to watch.
And I got college football tonight as well, too. Couple of good games. So, have a great weekend. Lord spare life. We'll be back here Monday to do it all over again on another edition of Talking Heads, all right? But for Pearly, for Peter, and everybody who chimed in, this is your boy Naughty.
Let's go Bryce Harper. Let's go Phillies.
Have a great weekend, and we'll see you Monday.
Pumped for pumpkin? Indulge your pumpkin passion with Dunkin's pumpkin spice flavored coffees. Enjoy a Dunkin' pumpkin spice signature latte made with rich espresso, pumpkin spice, and vanilla flavors, all topped with whipped cream, caramel drizzle, and cinnamon sugar. Or try the new Nutty Pumpkin Coffee, combining Dunkin' Original Blend coffee, hazelnut flavor, a delicious pumpkin spice swirl, and cream for a delicious nutty twist. Available hot or cold, Dunkin' offers the ultimate pumpkin coffee experience. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. It's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
When life gets busy, KFC has a tasty dinner solution that won't break the bank. Enjoy the KFC Great Pick, packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus your choice of a large mashed potato with gravy or 4 buttery biscuits. Real food for real people, and all for only $20. Happiness comes in buckets at KFC. Be happy. Save at KFC. KFC Nassau, it's finger-licking good.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
Yesterday, the Giants traded wide receiver Kadarius Toney, who had only appeared in the first 2 games of the season, to the Chiefs for a 2023 third-round compensatory pick and a 6th-round pick. According to our own NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero, that move went down yesterday afternoon. Toney is now a Chief, and here is what he said on Twitter immediately following the news breaking. Chiefs Kingdom, baby. Thank you, God. That is Kadarius Toney, who was really not a part of the wide receiver room with the Giants despite his talent. There were some injuries involved there, but he is available enough to trade to the Chiefs, and Patrick Mahomes has another set of hands to throw the ball to.
They sent Galladay with him or not?
I don't know. That's a good question.
They were going to put him in for free. Is that right?
We'll get there.
By Young Joker. They're still looking for Peter? Young Joker, that's his rapper name. Young Joker.
Yeah.
Joker.
Kadarius Toney, Young Joker.
Watch, he's going to score 400 touchdowns. He's going to be good.
All right, we got a full slate of NFL games coming up this weekend, and we're going to hit as many as we can right now in a game that we like to call Mad Minute. We're going to start with those New York Giants. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. What will we be watching when the Giants head all the way west to Seattle to face the Seahawks, Sean?
Well, listen, anytime you play in Seattle, you know you got to deal with the noise. So, I mean, I played in a game in 2005. We had 11 false start penalties. So it is a real thing. I was talking to Coach Dable earlier this week, and I'm like, dude, silent count all day long. You cannot manufacture enough crowd noise in practice. So that's going to be something to watch. And then, dude, this Kenneth Walker. I know Saquon Barkley is like leading the NFL scoring yards. Kenneth Walker is a beast right now. So that's going to be a tough task.
I love it when this happens in the Mad Minute. I wanted to devote my entire 20 seconds to Kenneth Walker III and Saquon Barkley. Honestly, the 2 most, I think, impressive running backs we've seen this year. And Nick Chubb fans, I get you. It's not what I'm saying. Saquon is Saquon. I feel like if Saquon drops 160 yards in this game, I keep waiting for the Saquon game. I'm telling you, the MVP stuff for Saquon is going to start because the Giants keep on winning and he is their motor. But I love that Kenneth Walker III.
Yeah,
I love him.
And I tell everyone, look at these rookies for these Seahawks, because it's not just Walker. There's 2 offensive tackles who are a rookie. You've got the kid Tariq Woolen at one defensive back. You got Kobe Bryant. You got Obi Moffitt. You have a superior rookie class here to any other in the league. The Seahawks rookies are my big story. Let's see if they can keep it going and if Geno can get another win.
These are 2 great stories coming into this game. It kind of hurts that one of them is going to go down, but it's going to be one to watch. Next up, the Panthers visit the Falcons in an NFC South showdown. What intrigues us about this game, Kyle?
With due respect to these 2 teams, I'm pulling from the headlines last night. This game feels important as it pertains to Tom Brady. Is Tom Brady going to go down in flames and not make the playoffs in his final season? The only way he's making the playoffs, I think, is to win the division. All of a sudden, you start looking at those other teams. If you care, I love you, Carolina, and I love you, Brian Burns, coming on later in Atlanta. But I'm interested to see which of these teams decide to be a contender this year, because they may end the Brady regime.
It's in Atlanta, where the last time we saw them play in Atlanta, they blew out the 49ers. And then last week, they go out to play Cincinnati and get the doors blown out.
Didn't have it.
481 yards Joe Burrow had, and they called off the dogs in the second half. If you're the Falcons defense, there needs to be some sort of pride, some sort of majesty here where you say, okay, we're not going to let you do that in our building.
very into this Falcons team. Tough, Arthur Smith, well-coached team. Let's see if they can bounce back from a horrendous loss last week.
Yeah, the Falcons defense looked like shredded cheese. I think P.J. Walker, I'm kind of got my eyes on him. When you think about the Carolina Panthers, they traded for Sam Darnold 2 years ago, traded for Baker Mayfield, and yet Matt Rule, a guy who had P.J. Walker in Baylor with him, ends up being like this guy that comes in and resurrects this offense. All of a sudden, Ben McAdoo looks great, right? So P.J. Walker, I'm watching him.
They work together at Temple, not at
Temple, sorry.
Yes, of course. And in the running back room for the Panthers, Chuba Hubbard is injured, and Dante Foreman had a great game last week against the Buccaneers, so he might carry the load. Yep, exactly. All right, the Bears are coming off an impressive win against the Patriots. Next up, they visit the Dallas Cowboys. What's to watch with this Bears-Cowboy game? The Bears feel kind of good.
I'm smiling because I'm excited to see the Bears.
Yeah.
I haven't said that in quite some time. And I would say I'm excited to see the Bears because on Monday night, they really showed us an offensive game plan that played to the strengths of their quarterback. For maybe the first time we've seen that since Justin Fields has been the quarterback, Luke Getsy built the plan around Fields' athletic ability and said, okay, let's lean into this. Can they do that against a Dan Quinn defense? You mentioned it yesterday, Jamie. This defense is no joke, and Micah Parsons is waiting.
Yeah, I'm a little bit worried for Justin Fields. Like, this Cowboys defense is getting after it. And before the season started, it was the Micah Parsons show, this and that. I mean, what these guys are doing right now is phenomenal. So my steal.
Kyle has a mad minute just at Sean O'Hara.
You know,
Did I steal your notes or something?
Yeah.
We don't prepare. You just wing it. And my whole thing is like, man, Justin Fields and Micah Parsons. Sean, it just means that we're in cahoots.
I was going DeMarcus Lawrence and all the other guys. It's not just Micah Parsons, but I'm worried for Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is like a fighter who likes to drop his hands, and then he's going against this guy with this huge right. Justin Fields takes a lot of hits, and now he's going against like the wrecker of worlds. I'm concerned, and I think in a way he like gets off on it, and he's very tough. Please protect yourself. I hope Peter's right, and this is the new Bears regime, but like, Justin, please protect yourself. 11 is a maniac.
One thing to watch in that game is if Ezekiel Elliott will play, because he's dealing with a knee injury right now, so I think he is questionable going into that game. What intrigues us most about the matchup between the Dolphins and the Lions?
Well, we got to let Kyle go first.
I know, right?
No.
Go, Kyle.
You got to go.
Dan Campbell soliloquy here.
Do we got anything here? Can I go again to the ride the lightning?
Fragile. Hey, to get the team, he used to coach also. I mean,
Peter, you know what? He used to be with Miami. He was interim head coach. And I remember then everyone's like, Dan Campbell could be a thing. And that was years ago. And then with Detroit, we're going, Dan Campbell could be a thing. Just give me, you know the one song I don't want this week from you, Dan? I don't want Fade to Black. I'm rooting for it. I really am.
All right, I'm looking for a matchup. Tyreek Hill, Jeff Okudah.
Smart.
All right, give me that one. All right, we got a young corner working against the Cheetah. I'm curious to see how that one plays out.
Yeah, Tua, what do we got? I mean, Tua was kind of training wheels on last week, a little short passes, get it going, get the rhythm, but he also was lowering his shoulder quite a bit. Detroit has a historically bad defense this season. They can't stop anybody. Let's see if Tua can get going, or if this is going to be one of those where you have to sweat it out. And, we're scoring 16, 18, 19 points. I would love to see this Dolphins team put up 30 points and see how it goes, and if Tua can lead them there.
Peter, he should be fine. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are averaging 200 receiving yards per game. That is mind-blowing when you throw them the ball. All right, what are we going to have our eyes on when the Cardinals visit Minnesota?
Vikings been away for a minute.
Yeah.
We haven't seen them, and they're this quiet 6-5-1 team. The only thing we talk about them is